Hi, it's story time again. So before we get into the story of the world's saddest digital zoo, we need to talk about Logan Paul. If you don't already know who he is, lucky you. Logan Paul is a YouTuber who got famous for doing loud, attention-seeking stunts, often dumb and sometimes straight up disrespectful. He vlogged his way into controversy, got canceled at least once, then made a comeback by punching people in boxing rings and podcasting about everything from aliens to money. And like most influencers who think they're business geniuses, he eventually wandered into the world of crypto. That's where things go completely off the rails. In 2021, Logan announced a new project called Cryptozoo.
The thing that I'm most excited for, and this is the first time I've ever said anything about this, for the last 6 months, I've been working on my own NFT project. I think there needs to be a fresh take, and this project that I have is that fresh take.
He hyped it up as a massive new video game where you could buy these things called NFT eggs. These eggs would eventually hatch into animals. You could breed the animals to create new hybrid species and supposedly earn money while doing it. So basically, Pokemon with a crypto paycheck. Fans and investors got excited. People bought in. Some even spent thousands of dollars on eggs and on the in-game currency called Zoo tokens.
$40,000.
I lost around $15,000.
I lost $25,000.
$120,000.
$500,000 Australian, which is $500,000.
But before we go further, let's clear something up because a lot of people are probably asking, what is an NFT? I had no idea what an NFT was. NFT stands for non-fungible token. So let's break that down in real people language. Non-fungible means it's one of a kind. If something is fungible, like a dollar bill, you can trade it for another dollar bill and nothing changes. Still have a dollar because they're the same. But if something is non-fungible, like a rare trading card or a unique piece of art, it can't be just swapped for another and have it be equal because it's special, it's unique. Token means it's a digital asset that's recorded on something called the blockchain, and here's that explained too. A blockchain is like a giant online notebook that's stored across tons of computers. It keeps track of everything, who bought what, when they bought it, and who owns what. It's like a sales register for those of us of a certain age. The point is that it's secure and public. Nobody can cheat and pretend they own something they don't. So, an NFT is basically a digital collectible that you own through this blockchain system. You don't get anything physical, you just get a file on the internet that you can brag about, sell or trade, and maybe it'll be worth some money someday, or maybe not. In Cryptozoo, think of it as a video game. In this game, there are these NFTs in the form of eggs that you could buy and eventually hatch into an animal, each one supposedly unique. You could then breed your animals into new hybrids, like a lion mixed with something else like a duck, or a panda mixed with an elephant. The hybrids were supposed to earn you passive income over time through the Zoo token system. It sounded too good to be true because it was. Here's what really happened. The eggs never hatched, the game never launched. The Zoo tokens dropped in value from a fraction of a cent to basically worthless, and all of those cool sounding features, total vapor. The website barely worked. The NFTs, the eggs, just sat there and there was no actual game. People had paid real money for promises, and Logan and his team delivered nothing. Then came the investigation. Here's where it gets juicy.
Today, we're investigating Logan Paul's Cryptozoo, a blockchain game that made millions but never worked. Some of you guys think you know the story, but it goes so much deeper. I've uncovered sociopaths, billionaires, fake orphans. Did I mention fake orphans? And of course, at the center of it, we have Logan Paul himself, who has abandoned this thing, leaving thousands of fake orphans in his wake. Wait a second. Thousands of victims in his wake.
In late 2022, a YouTuber called Coffeezilla started digging into Cryptozoo. He's kind of like the internet fraud detective. He interviewed developers who said they hadn't been paid. He exposed that parts of the game barely existed. He revealed that Logan had hired people with shady pasts, including one guy who had previously been involved in multiple failed crypto projects. It looked like a total train wreck, and according to Coffeezilla, Logan had quietly sold millions of dollars worth of tokens before the project collapsed. Logan didn't like that, of course. At first, he threatened to sue Coffeezilla.
If not, we're going to handle this ourselves while we continue to build Cryptozoo, and I'll see you in court.
Part 6 is the more he says and the more he continues to spread this misinformation that this was any sort of con or scam, the more I have for the lawsuit that I am filing. The defamation lawsuit that is happening, because this is wrong. This is wrong.
And posted some angry videos. Then he deleted them, probably after someone with a law degree told him that it was a bad idea. In January 2023, he issued a sort of apology and promised to start a refund program for fans who had lost money. He said he'd personally put in $1.3 million, which was later raised to $2.3 million.
Criminal. I called him, I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire, an ego flare, whatever it is, pride. I'm a fighter at heart, and I was defensive because I know I never scammed anyone with this project. I never made any money, never sold any tokens, and I only had the best intentions going in.
Sounds nice, except there was a catch. In order to get a refund, users had to agree to a legal contract that said they wouldn't sue Logan or say bad things about him or the project ever again. So yeah, here's your money back, but only if you keep quiet and never mention this whole thing again. Total trustworthy behavior from a guy who definitely didn't do anything wrong. Meanwhile, the legal stuff got real fast. In February 2023, a class action lawsuit was filed in Texas by a group of Cryptozoo buyers. They accused Logan and others of fraud, breach of contract, and running a pump and dump scheme. That lawsuit is still ongoing as of 2025. Plaintiffs say that Logan's team hyped up the project, sold tokens and NFTs, and then abandoned it, leaving investors holding the digital equivalent of hot garbage. Then in June 2024, Logan turned around and sued Coffeezilla for defamation, claiming that his YouTube videos were full of lies and that calling Cryptozoo a scam damaged his reputation. Coffeezilla said he stood by his reporting, and in March of 2025, a judge ruled that the case couldn't be thrown out. That means it's headed to discovery and potential trial. So yeah, Logan's now in court on both sides, being sued for scamming people and suing someone else for telling the world about it. And the game still doesn't exist. There's no working version. The eggs still don't hatch. The tokens are still worthless. It's been over 3 years. And the only thing Logan Paul actually built was a pile of broken promises and court documents. So what did we learn? Don't buy digital eggs from a guy who got famous filming himself tasing dead rats. Yes, dead rats tasing. Just because someone's rich and loud doesn't mean that they know how to run a tech project. And if a YouTuber tells you they're launching the next big thing in crypto, this is not the first time this has happened. So stay away from YouTubers telling you they're launching anything. Maybe check to see if it actually exists first, but I'm saying don't do it. Don't do it. Don't even check. Anyway, well, I guess that's it for now. I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please like and subscribe, comment, and share. We'll see you next time.